Welcome back to art. Today we're going to explore crowns. What is a crown? It's a traditional form of head adornment, often worn as a symbol of power and dignity, sometimes used in ceremonies like weddings. Crowns come from all over the world. Indian archaeologists made a special discovery at this excavation site. They discovered a 4,000-year-old crown during their excavation. Some people think this is the oldest crown, discovered by Israeli archaeologists in 1961, created between 4,500 to 3,600 BCE. Here's a crown from Haiti, and the diamond crown of Bulgaria, crown of Louis XV in France, crown of Hungary, crown of Iran, crowns of Nigeria, crowns from the Silla Kingdom in South Korea, crown of Thailand, crown of the United Kingdom. Here's Queen Nefertiti from Egypt with her crown and headdress, and an Aztec emperor with his headdress and crown. There's some really neat modern uses, and here's an indigenous Mayan queen of Guatemala. Every year, hundreds of women are elected based on their knowledge of their culture, their ability to give a powerful and meaningful speech, and what they fight for in the community. Here, this Sarah Elizabeth Macia made special recordings for local TV to raise awareness about growing pollution of the local lake. Here we have a ceremony happening, and these queens travel to other towns during elections and share their own community's attire and traditions. So today, we're gonna get inspired and create our own crowns. Neat! I'm so excited to think about what kind of crown I want to create. Well, this is just one option. You can use this crown as a template, but ultimately this is just an example. You can create your own crown and it doesn't have to look like this one. The goal in developing our skills for this project is to create some details and use our fine motor skills in our hands to take our time and cut where we draw, and I just cut right above the end of those points. I'm gonna measure and see if this is the right length for my head. If it's not, you can always extend your crown and make it a little bit longer, taking that leftover piece and tracing it. You can see the faint lines of the top of my crown that I traced up here, and now I'm just gonna carefully take my time and cut the remaining parts of this edge out. You can create your own design for the edge for your crown, but I just want to show you this example so you can learn some basics on cutting and gluing. Those are the skills we're focusing on in this project. So you can see that I'm using the jaws of my scissors, and I'm just moving my scissors around and using my helper hand to hold the crown in place. Once I have all those scraps cut out, I can put these in the scrap box and get some different scraps to start decorating my crown with. Let's focus on creating some type of pattern for our crown so that when we put it on, it's interesting to look at. I'm going to fold this paper in half so that I can cut a little bit more efficiently. If I fold this in half and I cut a shape out, it's going to duplicate the shape and I'll have two identical shapes. That's pretty helpful for the pattern I'm creating. You can lay out different shapes that you would like and think about what pattern you want to create. Again, I'm folding this paper and drawing a variety of shapes so that I can make some cuts and then have identical shapes that will fit into my pattern. Again, your crown need not look like this one. I'm just showing you the basics of cutting and gluing, taking your time and doing your best. I'm not using too much glue because I don't want my crown all drenched with glue. I have everything glued on. Now it's time to see if I can glue this well, and I'm also gonna add an additional patch to make sure that it's really strong. So I put some glue in here. I'm gonna hold it and count. It's probably gonna take about 20-30 seconds to dry. And once it's dry, I'm gonna add one more shape to act as a strengthening patch on the end of the crown. You may have other materials to add to and decorate your crown with. I'm just showing you the basics of getting started for cutting and gluing and creating your crown. Crowns have such an interesting history from all over the world. I hope you enjoy creating your crown. Have fun!